Works. Okay, so let's begin to bring your awareness into your bodies for a moment. And with your hands on your belly, just begin to ask yourself a question. Where am I feeling my breath most in my body right now? Is it in the nostrils as the air is coming in and out of the nose? Is it in the chest as the ribs are rising and falling? Or do you feel it most in the belly as your diaphragm descends into your abdominal cavity, shrinking that space and bringing the belly out with it? For now, don't try and change anything. Just be with where you feel your breath most. Noticing those physical sensations of changes in pressure, stretch, maybe even feelings of air hunger, maybe feelings of a little pressure under your diaphragm where your stomach is starting to process the food you've just eaten. Just without judgment, get to know those physical sensations. Now let's begin to take some deeper breaths. We're going to take 5 deeper breaths. And with these deep breaths, just notice where there's resistance. Particularly on the in-breath, you might notice that there's a feeling of tightness, restriction. Maybe it's in the ribs or the shoulders or the belly. And these next out breaths, I'd like you to see if you can ease those places of restriction. Concentrating on relaxing, creating more space for the next in-breath. So I've just counted my 5th deep breath, but let's do one more. One more nice, slow, deep breath. Breathing out, letting go. Now just return your breath to a normal rhythm. I'd like you to notice the spaces between the breaths now. Particularly after you have breathed out, take a minute to pause. Wait for your body to ask for the next in-breath. Your body speaks to you in feelings, these internal sensations. And it will ask for the next breath with a sensation of hunger for air. As soon as you feel a hint of that air hunger, breathe in, satiate it. Breathe in until you feel full, satisfied. Breathe out again and wait. Begin to breathe in response to your body's asking, rather than just out of habit. And we know that when you start to slow your breathing like this, you can increase the level of carbon dioxide in your blood, making it slightly more acidic. And that creates a greater concentration gradient between your lungs and your bloodstream. The oxygen that's coming in through your nose. And so allows a greater flow of the oxygen into the blood with the next in-breath. Same thing happens at the level of the cells. Once you've got the oxygen in the blood, when it reaches the cells, if there's more carbon dioxide surrounding them, you will transport more oxygen because the gradient is steeper. Slowing your breathing helps to bring oxygen to your cells. Right now, the cells that need that oxygen, because they're starting to metabolize and work hard, are the cells around your gut, in your stomach. So let's bring your awareness down in your chest and to your diaphragm. Feeling that space just below your diaphragm. Feeling any differences between the left and the right. Noticing the change in sensations of pressure as you breathe in and out. Just like with the resistance in your chest, in-breath, try to use the feeling of breathing to make more space for your stomach. Relaxing open and just allowing the muscles and the bones around that internal organ to just let go a little bit, give it a little bit more room. Helping the passage of the food that's being digested to pass into its next phase, into the small intestine. As we're making space just below the diaphragm, you may notice that more space is required down in the pelvis as well. So as you start to relax the muscles at the top of the abdomen, see if you can allow that relaxation to move down across your whole abdominal wall in towards the pelvis. Expanding that whole space between your ribs and your pelvis. You may notice that as you start to relax that space, there's also tension in the lower back and around your sides. Your lower back forms the posterior wall of the abdomen. Also needs to be relaxed to permit more space for that region. So see if you can bring that relaxation to your belly and your lower back. And sometimes it can feel like loosening a belt. Just letting go. Relaxing into the pelvis and down the legs, into the buttocks and the thighs. Down past the knee, into the calves and the shins. feet. Letting go. Now, now moving your awareness up to your whole body. And with the next few breaths, just relaxing the whole body at once. Everything go. We can also begin to slow the out breath. So you spend more time in that letting go phase. More time to sink into that rest and digest state. It will help your body to process the food that's in your belly, helping to transport those nutrients into your blood. Helping to pump that blood with less resistance from your muscles. Opening the channels for those nutrients to enter every single cell. Bring sugars and proteins and minerals and vitamins. To build new cells. To feed the little mitochondria, engines of our energy system. Working hard to make ATP and pushing out that carbon dioxide back into that local tissue environment just outside the cells, waiting to be picked up again by the blood. And transported back to your lungs. So we can breathe out that carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. And where does it go then? It'll be taken up by all of the green things in the world. Drunk in by the plants and combined with sunlight to make new leaves and fruit. And as the plants make this new tissue from the air that we breathe, they will release oxygen back into the environment, which we take in at our next in-breath, pushing it back into our blood and to our cells, completing the cycle. A cycle that's been mutually beneficial for billions of years. Longer than we've been human beings. We're just taking part. Not only do we drink the oxygen that the plants breathe out, we also eat the fruit and spread the seeds, helping each other to survive and thrive. We need each other. Always have. See if you can conjure some gratitude with your breath for the plants as they feed us. Let it sink into your whole body. Bringing some thanks for the oxygen and for the food we've just eaten. Now let's begin to picture the room that you're in. You need to come back. Moving gently your fingers and your toes. Having a little stretch and opening your eyes. And when you're ready, standing up.